In this video, we will take a look at the new features in Ibispaint. So here we are in Ibispaint and they have changed how it looks, made it more simple, which is nice. So when we create a canvas, we can see that they have added brush category, which is nice. Now we can find brushes according to the category. And if you want, just like previously, you can click on all and it shows the brushes like it used to be. The next update is brushes. They have added 8 new brushes which are really useful. I will name the brushes on the screen so that you guys can check them out on yourself. Next is layer lock. Go to layers and click on the 3 dots. There you can see lock layer. Now the layer is locked and basically you can't do anything to this layer. You can't paint on it, use the eraser on it, add a clipping mask and paint. Nothing works. You can't even delete the layer. You need to unlock the layer, only then you can delete it. That's a crazy update but useful in some cases. Next is drag and drop feature, which is not available on Android devices, but it's available on Windows and Apple devices. But yeah, drag and drop is finally here. Next is a cool feature, keyboard shortcuts. This basically lets you add custom shortcuts. You can use it on computers, and if you're using a tablet with keyboard, you can do it there as well. You can also use them with other shortcut tools. For that, go to settings, scroll down and you will find keyboard shortcuts. These top shortcuts are fixed and you can't customize them. But if you scroll down, you can customize the others. Click on this icon and you will see a plus icon to add, this icon to reset to default shortcuts, and this icon to remove the shortcut. Now, how to add a shortcut? Click on the plus icon and it starts recording. All you have to do is press the keys you want for that shortcut and done deal. Next, they added the lasso tool to vector. Earlier, you could draw something like this and select the line using rectangle tool. But now they have added the lasso tool, which gives you more control. I guess this would be nice for logo designers. Next, they added more adjustment layers. Actually, I'm not sure which ones are the new. I guess the ones with orange dot are the added ones. By the way, recently I have been using adjustment layer for edits because they keep the original image unchanged. The next update is brush pattern. This feature is available only if you are using a stylus. Go to setting, scroll down and you will get this option where you can choose between thickness mark, brush pattern or none. Thickness only shows how big the brush is. With brush pattern, you can see both the brush size and the brush pattern. There's also a feature where the brush pattern rotates according to how you rotate your stylus, but unfortunately that's only available on Apple devices. Next is thickness and opacity curves. Go to brush settings and enable thickness and opacity option. This feature also works only with the stylus because pressure sensitivity doesn't work with fingers. Next is brush lock. You can see the lock icon. Click on it and now you can make changes to your brush settings and use the brush. But the moment you select another brush, the changes you made will reset. The brush will return to its original settings. This means you can temporarily modify a brush without permanently changing it. Once you switch brushes or unlock it, the original settings come back. This is useful because we don't have to manually reset settings every time. I really like this feature. Next is the floating color window. Again, this feature is only available for tablets and computers, so it won't work on mobile. It's cool because even though many windows are open and space becomes limited, everything stays accessible. Next, they added 2 new tools to special: parallel gradient and circular gradient. You can select colors like this, then drag it like this to create gradients. Now you can make cool gradients like this. I'm really happy they added this feature. I'll make a video about how to use it for editing, so make sure to subscribe and turn all notifications on. And this is what the circular gradient does. This one is really cool. The next are new filters, which are basically the same gradient but applied as filters. They work the similar, I guess. Anyway, I love it. We can use this in many ways while editing. Like I said, I will make a video about it soon, so don't forget to subscribe. Next, they added 2 new shape tools. One is the arrow tool. You can draw arrows like this and get option to edit the shape. You can modify the shape like this. You can also get option to draw it using the line. You also get the option to draw it using thin lines or any brushes you like by enabling this option. You can select any brush you want and customize shapes, colors and more. Same goes for the speech bubble tool. Next is color palette grouping. Click the 3 dots and you will get the option to create new palettes. You can add colors to this palette. You can hide or unhide it using this icon. Click on the three lines to rearrange the palettes. We also get more options, and we can even create a QR code for color palettes and share it with others. Next is saving. They changed how things look and also added PSD format supported. They also added CMYK, which is mainly used for printing designs, which is really cool because RGB is not used for printing. So that's it guys, these are the new updates I know in the new version. If I missed anything, please comment below. Make sure to like and share the video with your friends and support the channel. I'll see you in another video. Until then, keep creating.